Yes, thank you, Tony.
No problem.
Here's Tierney on the pickup. Looking for the support that wasn't there, and O'Mara capitalised on it. Now, trying to make the first line of defence, and well picked up by Soden. They're up to the Garryowen 22 from broken play. Here's O'Gara. Can he get through? Not quite. Staunton has him. Kelly has. He had a terrific game against Buccaneers. Did a lot of work on the wing. Came in from the centre. Here's Walsh. Corkery. It's almost open country, but it's gone forward. Advantage being played. And I think the ref will call them back for the knock-on.
Good play by Con, but again, the intensity of the hitting in the end. David Corkery will be disappointed with that. You've got to protect possession when you get into those positions. In the end, when the ball comes back here, it's a big hit. Brian Walsh to David Corkery. And that's a big hit that knocks the ball out of his hands. Scrum to Garryowen.
And a few more bodies on the floor. Jeremy Staunton is not one of the people you can see there, but he is away to the left again, and I think he looks quite unhappy. The leg is really not holding up at all. And that's Horgan's on the ground there.
As long as he stays there, he's fine.
I mean, they're marvellous players, really, when you think about it. They're excellent sportsmen and tremendous respect for each other. Two clubs who've been going for years and years and years, with Con founded in 1892, believe it or not, and Garryowen even older. And they were telling me before the game started they founded it in the Athenaeum Hall in 1884, which is now the Bell Table. There's the try scorer. Under 21 man, plays for Munster as well. 2 tries he's got now in the championship. The other one was against Buccaneers. He looks quite shaky, doesn't he? Yes, I think he might be slightly concussed as well. And the watch is stopped, says the ref. And up comes Brian O'Mara, continuing in his role as on-the-field captain. And they want a little bit more attention. Yes, the doctor's on his way out. It certainly gives Jeremy Staunton there in the background just a bit of time to recover, just get his breath back. And he's getting some attention as well.
It'll be tough on young Horgan if he has to go off to him. He's had a very, very good game.
He's had a good day, hasn't he?
In every respect.
Yeah. I think he's all right. He says he wants to stay on, and I think everybody would. It takes a lot to get somebody to leave in that situation, especially when you might score another try. But it's a Garryowen scrum. They've all been in the wars. Tom Tierney took a while to recover. Took a severe knock on the ribs earlier. Now he puts in. Cronin has it. It's Keane. Killian Keane, once again, great kick out of defence. Not quite to the halfway line, but from your own line, that's not a bad kick at all. Now, the watch was stopped for certainly 30 seconds, if not more, so we're going to have at least a minute of extra time. First half. O'Gara into O'Mahony, I should say, and Kelly looking for space and feeding outside to O'Brien. Now Corkery's with him, and it's inside to Kelly, who's just got his hands on the ball for the first time. Conor Kelly. You sometimes wonder when you see all the cramps affecting the players at this stage, because now it's going to stretch on and on and on and on. And here's the replayer again. He couldn't quite link up with Corkery or with Fogarty, but Kelly goes to ground number 20. But you just sometimes wonder, Tony, I was going to say there that with it now going to stretch on and on, whether we mightn't be better to have had a replay.
Yeah, I think there's an argument for that. I suppose against that, because the Australian tours come up, because of the provincial cups, etc. But this is the biggest competition of the lot, and I must say I agree with you, Jim. I would prefer to see a replay of this, and then by all means have extra time in the replay. But I agree.
A half minute of extra time added in the first half of extra time. And there'll be at least another 30 seconds, I suspect, before the ref blows his whistle. This is not a situation that favours Cork Con, though, because behind they may have been for most of the match, but Garryowen are in the driving seat. If it stays like this, they'll be champions. That's a good drive by them. Philip Soden's head is out of there, number 19. Cronin with the ball at his feet. It's gone 90. They reform.
They just want to play the clock down to get to half-time, and then they'll have the advantage of the wind again in the second period of extra time.
Tierney once more. Back to Keane. O'Mara certainly made his presence felt there on Killian Keane, who's now gone to out half. Once again, the plan that Con have worked all day. High jump and a high lift to Jerry Murray at the back. And they have it again. Here's O'Gara. Across to Kelly. Knock on. O'Riordan trying to make something out of scrap possession. And Garryowen in possession. Garryowen on a bit of a roll. Still in their own half. And Tierney fires it down behind Dave O'Brien. Bounced well for him, though. And that's what he wants to do, push it way, way, way back. And Kevin Hartigan is playing it, has to, and keeps it in play. That's Brian O'Mara. Now, can he make something out of this? Gives it to Walsh. Beautifully balanced runner. O'Gara trying to break through the first line of defence, and does so. Now faced by Niall Hartigan. And Con have. O'Mara waits for it. Left side to Walsh once again. Walsh just suddenly shifting gear, switching it inside to Kelly. Kelly to Corkery. He's got O'Brien with him. Big, big number 6. O'Mara, there's a little hole there if he can make it past Cronin, but Cronin just managed to hold on. But they're up to the Garryowen 22. 13 minutes in this half. Little chip by O'Gara. Well, it worked well for him. It did. He did very well to hold on to it. And a chance for Garryowen, a chance for Cork Con. Now they've men to the left. Here's Walsh once again. And it's inside to O'Mara, but they've gone probably the wrong way. Back into the Garryowen cover. The drop goal from O'Mara. No. A penalty against Garryowen. They were offside. Oh, very difficult. Heart-stopping stop for Garryowen. Their spectators and supporters on the far side can't believe it. And a chance for O'Gara to kick them into the lead, Con, on the stroke of half-time. This is unbelievable. 3.5 minutes of extra time played in the first half of extra time.
I must say, I always feel sorry for a team, any team in that circumstance, because effectively you'll be penalised on the double. I mean, he had every opportunity to put the drop kick over. As it was, they were offside. The referee is quite correct. But it's almost like a double whammy, isn't it, in a sense? Obviously, if he kicks this over, it is.
Well, in total, they have been actually active for 99 minutes, would you believe? And here's O'Gara with 2 kicks from 4. Gives you a great idea of what he's looking at. Oh, this to give Con the lead, a vital lead. Steady nerve. Oh, it's there. It's there. Just about. It didn't stay on the correct side by much, but my goodness, it was a vital one. And it gives Garryowen a 3-point deficit as they face into the second half. So let's just hear what the panel have to say as the teams switch over.
Thank you, Jim. Brent Pope, do Garryowen deserve to be in this extra time?
Well, they probably do in the second half, and I know the old rugby cliche, it was a game of 2 halves, wasn't it? I mean, Cork Con had all the opportunities in the first half. Garryowen, we saw in the second half 2 or 3 metres out from the Cork line on quite a few occasions. But to say the initiative was with Garryowen until about 30 seconds ago. The initiative's now been handed back to Cork Con. They'll just try to play the clock down now.
George, as the game reached the conclusion of the 80 minutes, you were both saying Garryowen are going to do it, Garryowen are going to do it, and they did.
Well, the thing is that nobody ever said sport was fair. And the reason people come to a game like this is they want to see excitement, and they're getting it. And
are they getting quality, George?
Well, if you look at the Irish team, they don't get quality. If you look at our interprovincial teams, they don't get quality. This is the quality of Irish club rugby. If it's not good enough or it's not to the highest standard, so be it. It's the best we have.
Do you agree with that, Brent?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of errors, but as George said, I mean, it's a final situation. There's a lot of nerves, a lot of young players out there. But as I say, that we wanted the excitement, they've certainly got that. I mean, the commitment from the guys, you see that they're now injuries and injury time is incredible.
This is a question of Munster fitness, which has been brought into question a lot recently, George, hasn't it?
Well, yeah, but the fitness issue was about a few specific players, to be fair. I mean, these fellas are not running on fitness. These fellas are running on sheer character, adrenaline. There's all kinds of emotions of just keeping these guys going. The fear of losing is awful. I mean, there are going to be 20, 21 plus supporters on a train heading south. Which of them I don't know, and it's going to be absolutely awful.
The only thing we can say is I hope there's a clear-cut winner. I mean, it'd be sad to go to the points of the fact that Garryowen ended up on top of the league.
Who's going to win it?
Con might win it now.
I'll stay with Con, consistent to the bitter end.
There you go, Jim. We've changed to 100% for Con. Back to you.
Thank you. I thought I heard a little waver in George Hook's voice there. But he's got Brent Pope on side now, Tony. What do you think of that?
Still a bit to go yet.
There is
10 minutes, 3 in it.
Yes.
By the law of averages, Garryowen are going to get at least one opportunity.
10 official minutes to go. And at the moment, Con's hands are on the cup. Away we go. Breeze with Garryowen as Keane gets us going. That's Colin Varley, who's just come on the field, number 20. And Corkery running like he's gone all day. That's great stuff. That is terrific. Well done. Finally tackled by Staunton. But Corkery's made a big impression today. Here's Kelly feeding O'Brien. He's found a little gap up the side there, and it's inside to O'Callaghan. Gosh, they've made a great surge. But here's Crotty. Crotty taken down, but just about. And that's wonderful stuff. Into Hartigan, over halfway, dumped unceremoniously by Corkery, who got back from the 22. But Garryowen have. Staunton. Is there a gap here for him now? None. Put down by O'Callaghan. Well, it's exciting stuff. You think they had only just started instead of being the second period of extra time. Nice kick by Hartigan. That's a beauty. It's probably not going to work for him though. And Walsh will just watch it out of danger.
Some of the best quality rugby in the entire game has come there in the last 2 minutes. I mean, all started by David Corkery, and he's right to say, I think David Corkery has won himself a place on the flight to Australia.
Do you really? Yes.
Today.
No.
I'll tell you why, particularly Jim. I mean, there we saw him in open field going forward with the ball, but I think his tackling, his close-in tackling, has been immense throughout the game. I mean, some really big hitting. And Ireland are going to need all that and more in Australia.
Yes. We were speculating last week that good at all though Corkery has been this season, and the progress he's made, particularly in the last couple of weeks, he must definitely have impressed the selectors. But he's a lot of people to get past. There's Ward, O'Quinnagoyne, and Eric Miller, of course, in possession. And there's Victor Costello there as well, and Trevor Brennan. So it's a fairly competitive arena.
It's one area of the field in which we are certainly strong, but Corkery has been playing very well, particularly over the last 2 months. I mean, he's the one player who's stood out on the 18 consistently in the last few games.
So it's 14-11 still. 2 minutes of the second half of extra time played. Up to Garryowen now to level and put themselves back in the driving seat. I met Frank Hogan just before the match started, and I said to him, enjoy yourself this afternoon. And he said, you have some sense of humor.
More colourfully, I would imagine.
Cronin has it. Now Staunton. Oh, that's a lovely pass to Clark. He's got two to his left. That's Crotty. He still has a Reardon outside him. Clark is still shouting for the two wingers trying to get into the action. Inside Con's 22. Burst forward by Colin Varley, another young player with loads of promise. Captained the Irish colleges, Colin Varley did. Born in Limerick. Went to Garbally. Watch for him, number 20. Varley, a good leader on the field. There he is, Colin Varley. Captained the schools one stage, and also captained the Irish colleges as well, so they must think a lot of him as a leader. Meanwhile, 2 more, 1 from each side, need attention.
Come on, boys! Come on, man! Come on, boys!
Donald Sheehan for Con, and his opposite number, Shane Leahy. Now the ref giving a lecture, saying the last 2 tackle situations I didn't like. Make sure you play it by the rules. Wallace is good at peeling off the scrum, and Cronin's there at his shoulder to help. Lovely pass inside to Pat Humphries. Staunton for once makes a bit of a mess of it, and it's all over the place here. Several knock-ons. The first one against Garryowen. Garryowen 11, Cork Con 14. Just 6 minutes now left of actual time. The ref has said 7.5 to go. So it's already added on another minute and a half. We've only played 4. And there'll be more to go to be added to that. No, it's Jerry Murray's turn.
Yeah, they're falling like 10 pins after every phase of play. There are players down all over the place. But it's a very absorbing, very intense game.
Well, we had 45 minutes in the first half. Think about the same in the second. 90 plus another 13, 103 minutes, and about maybe another 6 or 7 to go. It's hard going.
It is, all that and more.
Okay, watch is on again, and it is O'Mara to put in. Murray to O'Mara. Is there a little extra space there for Walsh? No, they've closed him off, and Staunton was watching that all the way. Cronin was with him. Line out to Garryowen. Is there one sparkling move left in this match? 5-man line for Garryowen. Humphries to throw. It's meant for Leahy at the back. Looking for Tierney and finding him beautifully. That's Staunton. Across the line to Hartigan. Wallace in the line, knocked it on. Picked up by Murray. Murray to halfway. What a game he's had. Con will be thanking him if they take the trophy home to Cork this evening. And out of play.
He's had a marvellous season, Jerry Murray. He really has been one of our most consistent players. And he's very good. When he plays number 7 particularly, Jim, he's very good on the deck. Anything loose at all, invariably he's going to be the player who's first on it.
Humphries now to throw the ball in for Garryowen. Up again goes Shane Leahy. He's got rid of his scrum cap for a while. Here's Cronin and Wallace. They're using Wallace now out in the open because they know that Staunton can't run. And they only use him sparingly, so it's a big factor. Cuts down their options. But Con have turned it over. O'Mara to O'Gara, punching it through. Cross comes Dominic Crotty. Even somebody as fit as Dominic Crotty, looking a little weary. And Con on the surge.
That kick by O'Gara is like points on the board at this stage for Con.
You can see how tired Garryowen are when they have to come back and defend from that position. From the halfway line back to the 22. Tierney shouting the call. Everybody shouting now. Up goes Shane Leahy once more. Ian Murray trying to pull him down. Cronin trying to pull them forward. And it's there for Tierney. Keane. Not quite sure what was meant there, but it's a good one anyway. Awkward one. Horgan runs into 3 blue shirts. Finally taken down by Wallace, and O'Mara feeds Kelly. Is there a gap there? There isn't. Keane saw him coming. And still Con haven't gained the gain line, but that's a useful kick by O'Gara once again, making Crotty go to the narrow side. Now he's into open country. Missed by O'Gara. Put down by Kelly. Fed by Tierney. Now there's 4 to his right if he wants to use them. Now he's only got 3. It's Staunton on the inside. Look at the amount of ground he's gained. He has this elusive quality. Wonderful player. Does a David Campese on it with the ball in one hand.
But that's the point. I don't think his side will thank him for that at this stage. That's why he turned it over, because the ball was open and Con managed to break it loose. And as a result, it's a scrum to put into Cork Con. But a lovely pass again by Pat Humphries.
Well, officially we've got a minute and a half left, but there'll be a lot more than that. You see the con number 18 warming up, but that's Jeremy Staunton there, and he really looks as if he's had it. Don't think he's much used to them now, you know, in this situation. And Alan Byrne has come onto the side. And I wonder if that's Donald Sheehan going off. The ref has just told them now that although we've got officially a minute left, it's 4 minutes to go. Donald Sheehan's off, so the con pack has had to rejig. Staunton still on the field. O'Mara to feed. Just 3 points separating them. Hopefully Garryowen got the better of that little scrum. And still trouble with the front row as the ref comes round the far side. O'Gara has to punch it down the field and keep it in play and make it awkward, but Crotty's well underneath that. Has it? Not good. Didn't find Clark properly, and Clark just gets the hospital pass and everybody with it. And Garryowen having to come back from that position, give away a penalty, and I've no doubt that O'Gara will take his time.
If for no other reason than to play the clock down, but again this is kickable given the position in front of the post, head down, follow through. But I have to say again, a suicidal pass by Dominic Crotty that Jack Clark would say no thank you.
Yes. 3.5 minutes, says the ref. Relax to Cork Con. I don't think Cork Con won 3.5 minutes at this stage. Oh, what's he going to do? He must be having a go at goal, is he? He's not, actually. He's going for 7 points. Well, well, well. It's an interesting ploy. They only need 3, really, at this stage. But when you look back at that Wales-England game, Tony,
yeah, I must say,
England with the opportunity there at the end and didn't take it.
Yeah, I thought he would have gone for the post, because obviously if Garryowen could get out of here, there's always a chance for penalty, and 14-all would give Garryowen the title.
Yes.
Where 6 ahead, they would have to score a try. Sure. I'm surprised at that decision.
It's Sheehan to throw. And just about held on to that. Sheehan rescuing his own line-out throw, which I think probably wasn't the best in the world, but it's a good move by Con. O'Mara into Sheehan once again. Put down by Latham. And Con penalised now for not staying on their feet. 11.5, and probably another 2 to go. It was Alan Byrne who was penalised. And O'Mara now really trying to urge his team to hold on. 3 precious points separate the sides. Maybe 2 minutes left. Up goes Leahy once more. On the Garryowen 10-metre mark. Very tired limbs. Anyone going to ground really doesn't want to get up. But that's a terrific move. Wonderful surge that by Colin Barley. And Tierney feeds Staunton. And here's O'Riordan on the blindside move. Across comes Walsh. Walsh kicking behind Jack Clark. Down to the 22. Awkward one for the winger. He did well. Clark, the scorer. His opposite number 14, also scored. And Mahoney puts down Keane. Fed across to Wallace. Wallace faced by Murray, but O'Mara watching it every step of the way, and it's in touch. And we've had nearly 3 minutes of extra time. In extra time. At the end of this long, long, tiring game. Garryowen, what have they got left? Here's Hartigan. Can he get through? O'Gara says no, but it's there, and a penalty against Garryowen, and that might be just about it, I think. Ref looks at his watch. We will have more play. He said there's another minute.
And I think that could be it. I mean, Garryowen were playing for field position there in the hopes that there was going to be some infringement by a Con player. As it was, Garryowen made the mistake. Pressure off Con.
Well, they've been doing the calculations, Tony, and the best statisticians that RTE can bring to bear on this say that we've been playing for 118 minutes. Would you believe that? That's punishment.
That is serious punishment.
And to think they came here to enjoy themselves.
The point you made earlier on as well, Jim, I think it's very valid. It is a shame that we don't have a replay, and I can only assume the reason is because we're running out of time. We're now into May. There's a tour coming up. I mean, all those factors. But what a pity, given the importance of this competition, that it has got to be decided in this fashion.
Well, that's a pretty serious blow for Con to lose John Kelly like that. He's been a Trojan worker in the middle of the field. Started out last week on the wing, and he's just got a severe dose of cramp. At least I hope that's all it is. But he needs help.
Munster played him on the wing this season, but I agree. I think we're going to see him move further into midfield from Munster in the near future. Very talented player and very strong in possession.
Well, they're all there. They've had to use all their subs, both sides, because there's nothing else they could do. But it's brought on James Kiernan, who's Tom Kiernan's son. He's already scored 2 tries. He's captain of the juniors in the Cork Con club, and he's on now for John Kelly. Well, a good rob by Leahy. It's one that they stole, and what can come of it? Staunton once again to Keane to Staunton. Clark, 2 to his left. Mahoney puts him down. I wonder how much more is there. 5 minutes of extra time in this second period of extra time. Scrum Garryowen. Can't be much left now. Can't be much to go.
Again, the Con midfield defence, rock solid, as it's been throughout.
Yes, exactly. So it's Tierney once more. If we see James Kiernan, he doesn't have a number on his shirt. Garryowen really would want quick ball, I would have thought. Here's Keane trying to get it going. Here's Hartigan trying to get outside O'Brien. O'Gara covering over. His cover defence today has been pretty good to do. Con in charge and Garryowen penalised. Now surely there won't be much to go.
And that was a match-winning tackle effectively by Conor Mahoney on Kevin Hartigan going through. Kelly, Mahoney, O'Gara, the entire midfield.
I think all he has to do is to kick it out of touch, out of play, and it's over. And Cork Con are the AIB League champions, and for the 2nd year in a row, Garryowen, who've given everything, come to the final and go away the runners-up. Well, Con won it in 1991, and now they're victorious again after a punishing 115 minutes or more, maybe 120 minutes of play. And what started out as a wonderful match has finished in Cork Con's favour. 14 points to 11, nothing in it, and they needed that extra score. Otherwise, if it had finished level, it would have been Garryowen's trophy. Anthony Horgan scored a try after 3 minutes, and Jack Clark scored a try with a minute to go. O'Gara got 2 penalties and won an extra time, and Killian Keane kicked 2 penalties as well. Nothing between them but the vital penalty coming in the 14th minute of the extra time. Now, Michael Bradley's down there. I don't know whether he's any words left or any voice left, but he's talking to Ger Cannon.
Michael Bradley, congratulations, Michael. It must be the longest day in your life out there.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. That was absorbing, tough, hard, full of character performance by both sides, and terribly sorry for Garryowen. Fantastic performance by them, but obviously elated for ourselves. Unbelievable.
Every one of your players substitutes the lot. They gave absolutely 100%.
Oh yeah, I mean everybody on the pitch gave 100%. I mean, it was down to the referee and the linesman. It was an incredible occasion.
Is this the greatest day in your rugby life as a coach?
It's the worst day in my life, my heart. I think I probably aged about 10 years, but a fantastic day for the club, fantastic day for Cork, and you know, again, commiserations to Garryowen. Marvellous club. We did this to them nine years ago, and it's just happened to be them again this year.
Congratulations, Mick. Well done. Enjoy the success.
Well, no wonder he smiles. Michael Bradley on that team. Of course, so was Donald Lenihan, Brian Walsh, and in fact Philip Soden. So they've still got people carrying tremendous memories from the 91 victory, and they're slow to come across because they have a load of support over there underneath the east stand, and they're now all just making their way over to the west stand. Garryowen players just inside. And just perhaps we'll ask the panel how they feel about it. Both of them got it right.
Indeed they did, Jim. Brent Pope is sitting with a slightly shy grin on his face, I'll tell you. Brent, Cork Con deserved champions?
Yeah, I changed tact a bit in the last because I thought the initiative was handed back to them, and I say, and the defence was excellent. I don't know why Garryowen proceeded to try to move the ball wide in the last couple of minutes, and they kicked away a lot of ball. But yeah, and I'm pleased for Michael Bradley. He's no nicer guy in Irish rugby, and well deserved in the end.
George?
A great day for the community aspect. I mean, we had the son of Tommy Kiernan, we had the son of Tony Horgan, we had the son of Jerry Murray, we had the president of the RFU, a con man. I mean, it's a wonderful day for Cork and for Constitution. I think they won at the end of the day, and Garryowen will probably say they lost because of the injury to Stunt.
OK, I'm going to have to cut across you and go back outside to Jim Sherwin because I think the trophy is about to be presented.
Philip, thank you very much indeed. Thanks for joining us for the last couple of minutes here. What was it like getting out there, getting into the action, being part of this winning celebrating afternoon?
Oh, incredible. Just feelings, you can't describe them. It was a great effort by everyone, everybody, all that squad, the management, it was great. It just sort of months of preparation, and it's just paid off now. It's just brilliant.
Must have been a killer, Philip, being captain of the team and not being able to start.
Ah, yes and no. I mean, it was great. Brian obviously let him out, did a great job. We won the cup, that was the aim was, and there you go.
Let's get other members of the team in here. How about it? A fantastic afternoon for Cork Con.
Oh, absolutely amazing. I've never been involved in a game like this ever before in my career. With about 3 minutes to go, we're leading in the proper match, and they got a try, and they said, oh no, we probably blew it. But we showed marvellous character in the second half. We showed fantastic fitness, fantastic guts and courage to come back and just hold off in the second half. It was just amazing. I'm over the moon.
Ryan, was that the longest match you've ever played? It's nearly 2 hours of football, you know.
I never ever in my life went into extra time, so it's the first time. I think a lot of players are suffering from cramps, but I think we pulled through at the end of it. I think it was a great day for Munster Rugby. Commiserations to Garryowen, they put up a fantastic effort, and I just take my hand to them. You know, there has to be losing a day like to this, but I think both teams are really winners in the day.
Ron O'Mara, congratulations to you and well done. He just popped up. He just popped